with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon wanting a WWE sale to get rid of Vince McMahon and more. This is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Talking about WWE potentially being sold, Booker T noted on his Hall of Fame podcast, WWE right now has been as strong as it's been in quite some time over these last couple of months. Stock is up. There's a whole lot of talking going on out there. Personally, do I think the company is going to sell anytime soon? I'm going to say no. That's just me. As far as the company selling anytime soon, that's within the next 365 days. I don't see that happening. I just don't. A sale of that magnitude, there has to be so many T's crossed and I's dotted. I can only imagine the money involved in a sale like that. It's not like buying a car or a house, I would imagine. I would think. Never been in this position before or anything. I don't see it happening within the next 365 days. I could be wrong, but we're going to be talking about it a year from now if they don't. It's not a whole lot of nothing. It is big news. Even a potential sale. I don't know the money situation of the McMahon situation or anything. That's well above my pay grade and me wanting to know. I would think the family is okay as far as money goes. Vince McMahon has been around a long time. I would think he has enough money to be happy. I don't think billions and billions more dollars is going to make him that much more happy, because it's not, it wouldn't. It would secure his family life and legacy for years and years to come. That's something that the family generational money wouldn't have to worry about. Owning the WWE is something that is generational wealth in itself as well. For that to be passed down to the kids and the kids to be able to do with that, I would think that's what I would do. If I was a dad and it was my kids, I would be thinking about building this thing up as big as I possibly can so one day they can do whatever they want to do with it, just like his dad passed it down to him. That's the way I see it. Could be a whole lot of talk about a sale, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to happen, not anytime soon if it does. With rumors of him making an appearance at WrestleMania this year, Steve Austin was recently spotted working a drive-thru. Here's the video.
Alright, so I was pissed I had to take a late lunch today, but look who's serving me my lunch today. None other than the man himself, Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Hey buddy, did I have a drink for you?
Alright, yeah, it was regular Coke.
Regular Coke.
Or Pepsi, yeah. He's spilling my drink right now, so that's cool too. He's working on my drink right now.
There you go, buddy.
All right, I got a drink from Stone Cold in my lunch today. Oh, hell yeah.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
During an interview with CBS Sports, Kofi Kingston was asked about WWE being sold. As he said, I think we kind of all have the same mentality. Like, whatever happens outside of the company is going to happen. We really have no idea what's transpiring, but our role remains the same. It's just go out there and put on great matches. That is the one thing, regardless of whoever's in charge or whoever owns this or that, you know what I mean? That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're always gonna do. So that is the most important thing. I think the mentality for us is just to kind of, like you said, laser vision and keep putting on great matches. So that's what we're gonna do. With Logan Paul accused of being involved with and promoting a scam called CrytoZoo, he released this video detailing his plan to help victims.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego, flare, whatever it is, pride. I'm a fighter at heart, and I was defensive because I know I never scammed anyone with this project. I never made any money, never sold any tokens, and I only had the best intentions going in. But the fact is that suing CoffeeZilla is not gonna help CrytoZoo holders, so I do need to focus my attention where it should be, which is on fans and supporters of me. You guys mean the world to me, so I'd like to announce my 3-step plan moving forward. Step 1, Jeff and I are going to burn our Zoo tokens so we have no financial upside in the game, and it will add value to holder tokens. Step 2, we want to offer a rewards program for players who are disappointed in the status of the game. So essentially you're gonna be able to burn your base egg or your base animal for the mint price, which was 0.1 ETH or the equivalent in BNB. I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million right now for players who want to get out. And then step 3, Obviously, finish and deliver the game as outlined in the white paper by completing the egg bridge from ETH to BSC for base animals and base eggs, completing the marketplace, and obviously completing the releasing your animals into the wild to accrue your yield function. To say I am disappointed in how this was handled internally is an understatement. There's a full internal investigation going on along with an audit, and we are going to pursue full legal action for whomever needs to be held accountable. If any money is recovered in the process, it'll go right to the community. My sole obligation is to my supporters, and I know this video is long overdue. Here it is. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for how this has unfolded thus far, and I want people to know that they can trust me and that I'll always take care of the fans and people who support me. I appreciate your guys' patience while we do our internal investigation, and I promise to be transparent and disclose any information we find out in the process. And lastly, thank you, CoffeeZilla. You have catalyzed this, and I am very grateful for your work and your investigation, and I mean that. Thank you, bro.
According to Fightful, Vince McMahon has been sending messages to those in WWE about their work. The roster morale and reception to Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan as compared to Vince McMahon has been night and day. Even Triple H's guidance has led to talent and staff telling us that work is more fun for them, while we've heard rumors that Vince McMahon has already sent word to some departments to say they're doing things wrong since his return. With him making his return to Impact Wrestling last night, Frankie Kazarian has signed a deal with the company. As PW Insider went into detail on this writing, we were told that Kazarian did business the right way and would be welcome back into AEW's locker room anytime, but going forward, he's with Impact. As many are concerned that Vince McMahon will eventually be back in charge of creative for WWE, it seems a longtime supporter of his has dismissed that claim with Fightful reporting. We've also discovered that Kevin Dunn spoke at the talent meeting. He said that he'd worked for Vince McMahon for 40 years, and since coming back, Vince hasn't said a peep to him about making changes. We had heard that Vince had made suggestions regarding other departments, but that it wasn't implemented. With a sale looming over WWE, it appears the sentiment is that this will not have an impact on the company's creative direction. PW Insider wrote that Triple H thanked the talents for all they do and told them that Vince McMahon's involvement since returning is to spearhead the search to see if to sell and who they may sell the company to. Triple H also reiterated that none of this will see any effect on the current creative team or process. Those were the two main points to come out of the meeting, we are told. While his wife, Stephanie McMahon, has resigned from her roles with the company, Triple H remains in his role as Chief Content Officer and on the company's board of directors. Following her announcement to resign from WWE, former co-CEO and former chairwoman of WWE, Stephanie McMahon, seemingly took issue with Vince McMahon, as Fightful said, regarding reports from Wrestling Observer newsletter that Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon had issues working together as family members. It was noted to us by several sources at WWE HQ that when Stephanie's team was dismantled, a usually composed Stephanie was disheartened and frustrated about how it happened. Despite reassurances from Triple H that creative won't be changing due to a sale, talent still have fear for another reason, with Fightful noting that talent is still very worried about Vince McMahon returning to creative. In a video, a fan can be seen with WWE star Lacey Evans, where he then puts his arm around her. Here's the clip.
American hero and the hottest women's wrestler, Lacey Evans, just had a baby. Look how good looking she is.
You ever died before?
No, ma'am. Sorry. I apologize.
While Stephanie McMahon has already left her position in WWE, Fightful noted this in regards to a future sale. We've also been told by people of influence in the companies of at least two potential suitors that they believe there would be roles in WWE post-sale for Stephanie and Paul Levesque if they wished to continue. This would be added in regards to retaining Vince McMahon through a transaction. Fightful has reached out to contacts within Disney and Comcast, who spoke on the condition of anonymity about the possibility of a sale. Both companies had employees who had clearly clearly heard of the rumors and said that it would be hard to believe that any major company would want to retain Vince McMahon's services in any capacity if they could help it. Continuing with the Vince McMahon being back theme, Ringside News reported that there are a lot of stories going around about Vince McMahon after his WWE return. We were able to confirm that Vince McMahon has been back at the WWE offices all week. Staying on the topic of getting rid of Vince McMahon, on Wrestling Observer Radio, this was said about Triple H and Stephanie McMahon's feelings towards the WWE chairman if a sale were to go through. From what I am told, Paul and Stephanie, they're not opposed to sale. And they knew that those Vince's shares were an albatross, and at some point, somebody had to get rid of those shares anyway, or Vince would take over. And we're not like saying we have to sell. It's Vince who pretty much made that call because the timing and maybe he farther along the Saudi deal, which is maybe where those rumors came from, and knew the timing and everything like that because he jumped in, for the sale. It's not like they were opposed to a sale. It's not like they championed the sale either. They were either way about it. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.